Welcome into NFL GameDay Pick'Em. Starting in Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers says the Packers have to run the table if they're going to make the playoffs. Does it start with the Cardinals this week, Sam?
It sure does. The Packers are going to get the win, but it's going to be closer than most people expect. My model projects a 29-16 win for Green Bay.
Wow.
And as for winning 5, my model does favor the Pack in 4 of those 5.
This is going to be a good one. The Pats favored by 5 at home. Kirk Cousins nearly perfect against the Packers last week. TD, do you expect a repeat performance from Mr. Cousins?
Well, Kirk has been playing well. Career numbers this year, and plus 5 games of over 300-plus passing yards, and he's going up against the 25th ranked pass defense. I'll say yes, he's going to have similar numbers this game.
Top 5 in terms of passing yards per game is Cousins. Cynthia, on the other side of the ball, the Vikings were harassing Aaron Rodgers for most of that game last week. Do you expect them to get to Brady?
I do. They have the league's best third down defense. That's a great place to start. And then if you look to see how they got that best third down defense, it's pressures. And the pressure's coming from all over the line. Everson Griffin, Danielle Hunter, a sack for you, a sack for you, all over the place.
Yeah, well, to your point, I'll start the picks. That Vikings defense is really rounding into form, but so is that Patriots offense at home in December. Give me the Pats.
All right, it's my turn. Normally, I wouldn't pick against the Patriots at Gillette, but guess what travels a scary defense? Give me the Vikings on the road. We've seen Brady get a little rattled with pressure, so maybe the Vikings can pull off the upset.
This is a close one for me, but the Vikings defense very good, but again, the Patriots at home in December and with Gronk, give me the Patriots to win this game.
Okay, so Dan, am I doing this right? You said it's 5, but I have
there you go.
4 because I have the Patriots 28 and the Vikings 24 in this one. I do think Tom Brady, they figured out they've got Gronk back and their O-line is very healthy. Big deal. All 3 of those things.
It's going to be a good one, no matter what. On to Pittsburgh we go, where the Steelers are hosting the Chargers. LA coming off that thumping of the Cardinals, in which Phillip Rivers lit up Arizona in record-breaking fashion, by the way. Meanwhile, the Steelers fell in Denver after Big Ben threw that late pick in the end zone. So the Steelers are favored by 3.5 in this one. Melvin Gordon will not be there. How will that possibly change the Chargers' offense, TD?
You know, this is huge because when they have Melvin Gordon, they're a 2-dimensional team. But right now, without him, they'll be 1-dimensional. Yeah. Ben loves to throw the ball. And against that Steelers defense, I know they haven't played well in the back end. That's still a dangerous proposition to go into Pittsburgh with that in mind.
Week 7, he only had 42 rushing yards when Gordon was out with that injury. So Steelers, they do get a ton of big plays. Will they do it against this really good Chargers defense, Sin?
You know what? I think they will. First of all, you've got Antonio Brown on one side, and even if they match Casey Hayward up with him, Casey Hayward is a great defensive back for the Chargers. You've got that other guy, Juju Smith-Schuster, on the other side that's just as lethal.
There's a lot of weapons with the Steelers. So, Cynthia, start off with the game picks. Who do you have winning?
I have the home team winning 28-23. Between no Melvin Gordon and injuries to their O-line, it is a Steelers victory for me.
Ooh, this is a tough one. This would have been my upset special, but no Melvin Gordon. Brandon Bain's not going to play this week, so I'm saying no. Give me the Pittsburgh Steelers to win this game. I was close to picking it, but give me Steelers to win.
Yeah, the Chargers have to travel all the way to the East Coast. Give me the home team in cold weather. I say the Steelers pull off the W.
We are not going to make this a clean sweep. I am going with the Chargers. Phillip Rivers going to have to air it out. He's won games like that before. Joey Bosa and this defense will get to Big Ben. Chargers win.
This is a tough one.
That is a tough one. I can't wait for that game. All right, moving on to the Bears and the Giants. Chicago is rolling right now. They've won 5 in a row after knocking off the Lions on Thanksgiving. Meanwhile, the Giants got off to a great start against the Eagles, but then we've seen this before. They collapsed in the second half. The Giants now sitting at 3-8. It's a home game for the Giants. One of the reasons that it is only a 4-point game for the Bears. They're favored by 4, rather. TD, the Giants are 30th in sacks allowed. You know how the Bears get after the quarterback. How on earth is Eli going to stay upright in this game?
I like that response.
Ooh, well, number one, you have to get the ball out of Eli's hands into his playmakers. Let him make some plays for him. And obviously, you have to protect him. But I think the number one thing is you got to give him some time to get the ball to his playmakers. You see it right there on the screen. Odell Beckham, Saquon Barkley. Let them make some plays for him.
From a quarterback standpoint, we're going to see Chase Daniel again. Mitch Trubisky is doubtful. How do you expect that offense to attack that Giants team?
Well, my model hates bad third down defenses. It's a very predictive stat. And the Giants rank 28th on third down. If you look at how teams are converting third downs into first downs, well, short passes to running backs targeting their linebackers. That's the matchup that marries the number with the film. That's what you're seeing. So Tariq Cohen was on your screen. That's a fantasy note for you.
Oh, she always information coming from Cynthia. Okay, let's pick them up now. Listen, asking us to pick this game is like saying, do you want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or a lobster tail? It's not close. Give me the lobster tail. Let's go Bears.
Okay, moving on from that. Listen, I don't even think it's a question of the Bears winning. I think the question is more or less than 5 sacks. Eli Manning will get sacked 5 times. Give it to me. I'm sorry. The Bears will pull off a W against the
I got you. Most times you gotta score some points to win, right? Well, in this game, the Bears defense is pretty good. I don't think the Giants score enough points to win this game, so give me the Bears to win.
You know what? I'm completely agreeing with you. I have Bears 26, Giants 20. I ran it with Mitchell Trubisky and with Chase Daniel. And Chase Daniel, it's 26. If it was Trubisky, 27-20. So either way, big win.
Yeah,
Very
not much
convincing.
of a drop-off. All right, more game picks in a bit, but let's talk individual performances and more or less. Let's stay with that Bears-Giants game. Saquon Barkley will have 95 scrimmage yards, more or less, TD.
We are talking about Saquon Barkley, right? Okay, I'm going more than
It's like a no-brainer?
Yeah, I'm going more than 95 yards here. I mean, the guy is a good receiver, a good runner, everything, so I will say more.
You know what? I'm totally agreeing with you because of that receiving capability. It's not going to be on the ground that he's going to make these yards. It's going to be through the air and those short passes so that Eli Manning can stay away from pressure.
Okay, in Oakland, Patrick Mahomes will throw 3 touchdown passes against the Raiders, TD.
Did you just say Patrick Mahomes, 3 touchdown passes? I'm going more here. This guy seems to throw more. I'll say 4 in this game. And again, they don't have to be the long bombs. They can be some little, touch passes here, little screens there. Shovel pass. So I'll say more.
Okay, so I'm saying fewer because I'm not accounting for rushing touchdowns here. So I think Patrick Mahomes has 3 total touchdowns, but I think one's going to be a rushing touchdown against the league's worst rushing defense. So 2 through the air, 1 on the ground. This word says throw, so I'm going less.
That's all it counts for? Wow.
Mahomes, by the way, has only thrown less than 3 touchdown passes in 3 games this season.
They might have 6 touchdowns.
All right, let's talk defense. Chargers, Steelers will combine for 6. Give me 6. You can't see it, but I'm putting up 16.
that is 6.
More or less.
That's a lot of sacks there. I'm going fewer because I think this game is going to be one of those little kind of slugfest, kind of ground game, kind of just a nasty, mucked up game. So I'll say fewer than 6 sacks.
I like nasty, mucked up game. That's going to be my next analysis here, but I'm totally agreeing with you. Less than 6 sacks in this one because both of them kind of know how to escape pressure. Both quarterbacks here are really good at doing that, so I think fewer than 6 sacks.
Here is a look at the NFC East standings. The Cowboys now in the driver's seat after that unexpected win over the Saints last night. That means a thin margin of error for both the Eagles and the Redskins, who try to keep pace with Dallas in the division. And what do you know? They play this week. Philly is favored by 6 at home. I've been telling you all at home to draft Josh Adams, a season-high 22 carries. I say it week in and week out. But he has been great this year. Do you see them doing the same formula against the Redskins this week?
Absolutely, you have to. Carson Wentz hasn't been the same quarterback. Last week you saw Josh Adams. You saw the production he had. Their offense was balanced. They need that same game plan this week if they want to be successful.
22 carries, by the way, is the most for an Eagles running back since 2016 with Ryan Matthews. That's right. All right, as far as the Eagles defense is concerned, Cynthia, I have this question for you. Their secondary banged up with injuries. Will the Redskins take advantage of that?
Well, unfortunately, the Redskins are also banged up on the other side of that, at quarterback, at wide receiver. So it's really pitting kind of a vulnerability against another vulnerability. And if you look at what happened in the past, well, you know what? That Eagles defense and their ability to stop the run is really going to be the difference maker.
I like you said, vulnerability and not weakness in that one. Who do you like in this game?
I like the Eagles in this game, 24-20. We've seen the diversity on their offense for the Eagles, and that is what really solidifies this win.
You know what the Redskins defense is saying? Don't you forget about me, and I won't. I'm going Redskins because of that defense, baby. Good job. TD, wake up over there.
Homework. That's homework there.
All right, who do you have?
I'm going with the Eagles here, and the reason is the Redskins' offense already struggled when Alex Smith was the quarterback. Right. Now Colt McCoy's behind center. I don't think they can put enough points on the board. So give me the Eagles to win this one.
I'm with you on that. I trust Carson Wentz at home more than I trust Colt McCoy on the road. Give me the Eagles. Sorry, Dan Hellie. Time for On the Hook, presented by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. I got to remind you, TD, you are 3 for 3 the last 3 weeks. No pressure.
This is not quite a big fish here. This is a smallmouth bass right here, smallmouth bass. The Bills would take on the Miami Dolphins. Listen, the Bills have won their last 2 meetings. They haven't had no turnovers in the last 2 games, and their defense is playing extremely well right now, so give me the Bills to upset the Miami Dolphins.
Listen, I believe you. I feel like that could happen. All right.
4 in a row.
Philip Rivers rolling in 2018, including that record-setting effort in Week 12. This Sunday, he is going one-on-one with our Kurt Warner. You got to check it out. NFL Game Day morning, Sunday, 9 a.m. Eastern. It is only on NFL Network. Dan?
I don't know if TD's ever even caught a smallmouth bass before. I'm just throwing that out there.
Sure he has.
Hey, look at the AFC playoff picture right here. You can see the division leaders, the Chiefs, the Patriots, the Texans, and the Steelers. The 2 wild card teams, as it stands right now, the Chargers and the Ravens. The AFC going to start off our new segment, Championship Chances. Okay, these are Cynthia's top 4 Super Bowl contenders in the AFC and their chances of winning it all. The Chiefs at 14.9% have the best odds. That makes sense, followed by the Pats, the Texans, and the Rams. Interesting that you have the Texans at number 3 above teams like the Steelers and the Chargers.
Well, remember, these are their chances of winning it all, as in winning the Super Bowl, not just getting to the Super Bowl. So if you look at what championship teams have had in the past, defensive pressures, especially those coming from all sides of the defensive line. Have you heard me say this before? Because I feel like a broken record.
I feel like
you know who has a great D-line? Well, that'd be the Texans. You've got Watt, Merciless, Clowney. 18.5 sacks for Watt and Clowney together so far.
Yeah, those guys have been absolute monsters when they've been facing opposing quarterbacks in the pocket. All right, I look at the current NFC playoff picture, and a lot of good teams in the NFC. You got the Rams, and you have the Saints. The Bears are up and coming. The Cowboys now leading the East. The 2 wild card teams, if the season ended today, would be the Vikings and the Redskins.
Those are some good defenses.
Absolutely they are. And the Rams also have a good defense. We always talk about their offense. What is your model like most about the Rams at number 1?
Well, realistically, what happened last night was it switched who has the potential for home field advantage here. And this reflects the fact that it will likely go through Los Angeles. So that's why the Rams are number 1. They're a strong team overall, but that home field advantage is a big deal.
Absolutely. That Coliseum was rocking for that Monday night game. All right, before last night's game, the Vikings were your number 4 team in the NFC. But since the Cowboys won, they're up there. Why is that?
Well, their defense. But realistically speaking, there's only going to be one team from the NFC East that's going to make it to the playoffs. And that team is now looking more and more like it's going to be the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys and their defense and their defensive line with what? Oh, defensive pressures from all over the line. That's what really propelled them up into that slot.
Van Der Esch and Jalen Smith, how good were those young linebackers last night? That Cowboys
amazing. That's
awesome.
A huge deal.
By the way, how good is her model? She had the Chiefs and the Saints in the Super Bowl back in August. We're going to update these championship chances each and every week, getting you to Atlanta. But for now, it is Dave Dameshek and 60 seconds.
Oh, hi and hello, Dave Dameshek here. Chiefs and Raiders, a.k.a. the single finest uniform matchup known to man, swoony stuff. And our first look at Patrick Mahomes and company since they left Southern California with 51 points and a loss. This time up north, the Chiefs scored just 38, but that's enough for a 17-point W. Remember when Niners v. Hawks was the best rivalry going?
Y'all thought this was a matchup. Mismatch.
Well, maybe Jimmy G can help reignite it in 2019, but in the here and now, Russell Wilson gets a little pushback with 2 touchdown passes, plus 1 on the ground for good measure.
Touchdowns only.
2004 first-rounders going head-to-head. Big Ben v. Big Bolo, 7v17, and a couple of great collections of pass catchers, sophomore receivers, Mike Williams and Juju Smith-Schuster, both going over 90 yards and both catching a touchdown. P.S. Both QBs get gold jackets. Woo! But that's for another day. Say early August 2026. Great. I'll see you then. Maybe before then, too. Dameshek out.
He's so handsome. What's his name? That's Dave Dameshek, ladies and gentlemen. Cynthia Frelund now with more quick picks. We start with the Ravens and the Falcons. Go.
I have the Falcons surprising the Ravens 24-21. Welcome back, Deion Jones. That's going to be a big deal because this linebacker changes the space in the middle of the field.
Broncos, Bengals, do I smell an upset?
No, you don't. Broncos 26, Bengals 19. Let's talk about good things. Let's talk about Emmanuel Sanders. And if you need a tight end in fantasy, Matt LaCosse, potentially welcome to your fantasy team.
Absolutely. Finally, Colts and Jags, will it be close?
Well, is 7 points close? Because I have the Colts winning 27-20. Why? Well, Andrew Luck. He's thrown a touchdown pass to 12 different receivers. That's the second most in the NFL. And this team is the best on third down on offense.
Okay, a couple more of Cynthia's scores. She has the Dolphins over the Bills, 66% chance of winning. Rams over the Lions, 75% chance of winning. And the Titans over the Jets, predicting that score to be 24-17. Moving on now to high-scoring, low-scoring with the Browns and Texans.
Well, this one's going to be a high-scoring game. Texans win 29-23. I think both quarterbacks combined for more than 5 touchdowns. That's a lot.
That is a lot. How about the Chiefs and the Raiders? At least one team's going to score a lot of points here.
Yeah, well, one team is, but the other one isn't. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. The Chiefs win 33-17. If you have Travis Kelce on your fantasy team, you're going to be incredibly happy because he's going to see the end zone.
Panthers-Bucks, high-scoring, low-scoring.
I think this one's also going to be a low-scoring game. Panthers win 29-24. It's really the run game and the Panthers' ability to control the clock that will determine this one.
All right, I need to steal Cynthia again. It is time for Pick 6 game. Cynthia giving points to each pick. Most confident gets 6. Your least gets 1. You know the drill by now. Redskins on the road facing the Eagles.
Well, we know that I have the home team winning, but this one gets our number 3 this week. So fourth most confident.
Middle of the pack there. The Niners on the road facing the Seahawks.
Guess what? We got the Seahawks here, and unfortunately, I think this one's a big one. It's the number 5.
I'm also excited to see Sherm back in Seattle. That should be good. All right, the Chargers on the road facing the Steelers. We're both kind of not 100% sure about this one.
Home team cold here. This one gets the 1.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. The Bears on the road facing the Giants. I'm nervous for Eli Manning in this.
Yeah, my model says it's going to be Bears because of that defense. They get the number 6.
I wonder how many sacks Eli is going to...
You already said 5,
yeah,
so I'm going with you.
I said 5, I'm going with that. All right, Vikings, Patriots.
The home team in this one here. But you know what? It's pretty in the middle.
Yeah,
right
in the middle. Everybody has the Patriots except for me. I'm not sure about that one. Ravens on the road facing the Falcons.
I think this one might be a surprise, but with Deion Jones coming back, it's a big deal. Number 2.
You have the Falcons winning by a field goal. Here is your recap. 6, you're most confident with the Bears beating the G-Men.
Favorite part of the day.
Oh, that's such a good sticker, that lock.
The lock and the star.
You're good.
It's a good combination here.
Okay, a recap of some of our picks. We love Carolina, the Bears, Indianapolis. I'm Lone Wolf and the Browns. Remember me in Cleveland when I need a free meal, and we all love Denver, too. The Packers, we're all on board with them. Lone Wolfing Minnesota is Erin Coscarelli in New England. That would be quite a pick. And the Redskins.